Alright, so we don't want to quit early here, right? So it's because of the warp that these have been warped over. Alright, so 4 going to 6, that's a third. That ain't a fourth anymore, right? Root goes to 4, but now 4 goes to 6 because of the way that the guitar is tuned. Okay, so there's a third between the what I call the 4th and 5th string. So with the D shape now, I had to make some decision here. What are we going to consider the D shape? I had to consider trying to make it as D-shaped as possible. In other words, with the D shape, now I'm going to take the capo off because I have a C-tuned guitar here. This is a C instrument guitar. My other one's a flat instrument, okay, because of the way that it's set up. Because like with a trumpet, you tell a trumpet player, play me a D. He'll put the 1st and 3rd valves down and blow the horn. Guess what? It's going to come out a C because it's a B flat instrument. Tell him to play a C. He'll say, which C? I said, I don't care which C. Just play a C. Make sure it's not a G, right? And that's another open string note. And he'll play an A flat. All right. So with my other guitar, if you tell me, if I didn't know what I was doing, I'd play the C shape, and I did that. I made it so I could teach better with that, and it would come out in A flat. So it's an A flat instrument. This is a C instrument. So when I play this C, it's a C. So hear that? That is essentially the first inversion. But here, that's your second inversion. Okay, so where are we getting this first inversion? The low E string. Okay, this is actually C. It sounds like a first inversion because we've got that low C. We're just skipping the E. All right. So, keeping to the subject, this is the fret. This is the finger fret that we're going to bar, right? And for the D position of the C, I can do it lower, and then we just went into a digression about that. All right. So that's the D-shaped C. Okay, and so that we'd like to put the bar here. And if we do that, we're going to bar all these diminished members. The 2, remember, diminished is 7, 2, 4. All right, so we've got the 2 and the 4, and we've got the 7th here, 6. So we could definitely hit this 7 there to replace the 7th of the 7th, which is the 6th of the root, right? So we do something like this. We bar this and then hit this, and it's going to be our half diminished. And we can also hit the 2 down here. Okay, so it's something like, it's not really coming out that good. Top 3 strings would be like this. We're doing one of these elongated D's, kind of a droopy D. All right. Sorry about my playing today. Okay, so we're going to get that long D right there. But what I was saying was you could bar it. You don't really have to, because you can just, you could get the 7 and the 2 here, right? And then the top would be barred That's what I was trying to do. I just can't do that. My nails are too long. I can't see the strings because I don't have my eyes are going on me. But anyway, so that would be our D, truly our D shaped. And I've checked these, made sure that they're not part of another. They are truly part of the D shape, not part of the D cross G cross A shape. Okay, but I had to show that here to say that if you're in a diatonic mode, this is how wide the D cage would be, and that's important to know. So we finished up the phrasings. I think they're called phrasings. Here they are. Here's a little consideration. It's 7-2-4-6 for the 7-2-4-6 for the patterns. Okay, so now this is in the barred pattern. Remember, you can't do this exactly at home because I can go lower than the E note. It'd be like 4, 4, 6, 7, 2, 4. All right, then I would reach over down back over to the 7. Excuse me, to this, bump up to this 6. So now I'm on this 6. Now I want to go get this 7, but guess what? It warps up. So it's not so far away. All right, and then to the 2. All right, and then to the 4 again. Whole note away. The pattern continues, starting on any 4, like maybe down here. Just starts again, 4 to the 6 to the 7. To the 2, to the 4. All right, but now we're not dealing with the warp again, or maybe we will. Now the 6 is the next one. Let's see, kind of got mixed up there, but anyway, we'll just continue on. You just hit the warp when you hit the warp. So that's considerations of where it would lie in the pattern, and I have stuff on that on the next chart. I don't think it's on this chart. We've got to move along. Okay, here it is. Yeah, there's considerations here, and I've talked about this. Whereas in the S3XL, which is not in this chart, it's in this chart, but it's not in the barred chart. It's in the what I call the open string capo chart. In the X3XL, we have a root half diminished. And in the S4L, which starts on the 7, which is my favorite pattern to play, okay, we have a, it's actually a half diminished scale, you know what I mean, and have different inversions. So it would be, first inversion would be 7-2-4. All right, so, now remember, when you're on this situation, you can't do a chord there. You can do an arpeggio of the first inversion, of the root chord rather, but you can't do the root. You can't do a chord there. Down that, so I'm saying down that low and on the guitar, you wouldn't be doing a chord anyway. You want to arpeggiate it. So for chords, we're looking for different notes on different strings. So let's say this 4-7-2. This is a good part of the S4L. All right, so 4-7-2, like that shape. Let's see, where do we have that in the caged? We don't seem to have that particular shape in the cage. It might be in one of the larger cages. Okay, so we're looking for 4-7-2 right here. Okay, but this is warped. You see, the 2 is warped over, so it's not the exact unwarped 4-7-2 that we were looking for, but it is. Because you're going to take this pattern. If I start on a 7 up here where I know I'm going to hit the warp, let's say a 7 from the 3rd string from the bottom, I'm going to hit the warp. All right, then I just took that pattern right into the warp, and effectively, if I was thinking warp, I played the warped pattern, You know, I forget where it was, so I just put the guitar down, but so I could have been in that A box.